I'm back. Is that better? I'm on the iPad now.
Yeah, it's better.
Perfect.
Okay, so I don't really know what to start with, but the first thing that I want to do is clear up the facts that Talia obviously went live yesterday. And I do not believe for 1 second that it's her own words. But one thing that she did mention is that I apparently robbed or took advantage or money off someone that was disabled. Now, this went around the app. What this was the supposed allegation happened in 2023. It was all over Miss Red's live. It was all over Pearl's. It turned into an absolute chaotic witch hunt against me. So I obviously got all of the proof, brought the proof back, and I was like, look, I didn't take no money out of anyone. I have the proof to say that I was actually out of pocket, which I'm going to put it up now. It's a bit hard to, I'm no good at breaking things down, so I sort of just put it so you can see from that live how much was where the money went. I'll explain it as I go through it. Yeah. But this is just to stop. Can you still hear me?
Yeah.
This is just to stop, before we go on to the ricksta situation, this is just to stop people going, oh, well, you done this. No, I didn't.
Yeah.
So you can't really see the thing, but this is... So where it says live gifts, but is that the first photo? No, that's not the first one. 1 second. Sorry, there's so many photos that I've saved. God, this is what you do when you're unprepared. That's got to be the first photo. It must be down. How do I get it so I can show the whole lot unless I put it in a different format?
I can try changing the layout again.
Because it's the one underneath that. No, it's still not showing the full thing. Let me put it so it's just my hand on it. 1 second. Might have to do it that way. Let's try this way. No, it's not. Oh, for God's sake, I didn't think about this.
You can see the bottom bit, live rewards, withdrawal to bank transfer.
Yeah, it's under that. That's like the most important bit, where it says how much that live, how much. Let me just crop that photo down 1 second.
Yeah, no problem.
I'll chat with you till she's back.
Yeah.
I don't know what we'll chat about, but...
I know, you just don't know what to say in these situations, and we're only here for support, and do you know what I mean?
For anyone that's coming in, this is KJay, she'd been on Miss Red's platform before and exposed that Ricky Walker had been abusive to her and violent to her, and she also worked at RBS Legal, the timeshare scam company. She obviously didn't know it was a scam company at the time, but she's got all the pictures to show that she was, in the company with him. He said way back then that he doesn't know who she is and everything, so we're just here to support her and get her story out.
Right, I'm going to see if this works. Oh my God.
Would you like to share it to me on Discord and I could put it up?
There's loads of them. Let me try where you just, do you know where you just use your hand?
Yeah, yeah.
It will just mean I have to flip. I knew this was going to go wrong. Something was going to...
You're doing fine. You're doing fine.
Right, let me use that one. Let me flip the camera. Ignore my face, we'll put it like that. Right, where's that photo? So it's gonna be that one.
Yeah.
So if you can see where it says at the bottom, the 15th of October, it says 622 USD.
Yeah.
And then however many coins that is. And then this is the important bit, so I'm going to try to hold my hand still. I'm sorry, shaking. But then you see life gifts balance exchanged for 21,800. Then you see again life gifts balance exchange for 10,000. And then you see where I've only withdrawn 100 of that, which comes to about £67 in British money.
Yeah.
So the only thing that I ever withdrawed from that money was the £67. And then, hang on, this should be easier now. So that was from that day that they said I took this money. So you can see for yourself, I only took the 100 USD. I'll give this to you lot to, you know, make a proper video so it makes sense more.
Yeah, yeah.
But then this is the person that, like, so there was 3 lads involved that all had Down syndrome. And it turned out, so that 622 turned out just under £500. So we worked it out. Well, it's like 400 and something pound. But when we worked out as a group that each person would get £150 each.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to put the right one up so I don't expose people's. I don't want to expose people's name too much, but I'm gonna have to put that one up, because if I'm gonna get accused, I'd rather cover my own name.
100%.
So this was the sister of the person, and if you can see on the 16th, I sent her £250. There was 2 different payments. Your guys' heads are in the box, like in the way of the thing, but it was one for £150, one for £100. So I actually sent her £100 extra. Again, we've got the screenshots where I can show that. Like, I'll put them up instead of just keep saying I've got it. So obviously that's the person that the money went to. I think it's these 2. So at the top here, it's you can't really. It's so bad to try and read, but it's basically from her saying, I got 250 and brought PlayStation for 300 because she couldn't afford the full thing, so that's why I put £100 out of my own money.
Yeah.
Towards it. This don't need to. I need to get to the bit that does like matter, but this is basically to show that I have so much proof to prove that I didn't rob anybody. In fact, the guy who is in question, his parents were made to believe that I took money and I'd earned more money than what I said I had, which I didn't. They went to the police. It was all investigated and nothing happened. They said you're out of pocket rather than in pocket. So that's all been cleared and that's all fine. And I think that's a massive deterrent. Now, I don't know who remembers the twice that we've tried to expose Ricksta. The first time I came on by myself, I went into just random box where they were talking about him, and I was like, this is not a nice person. This is what he done. It didn't go to the police at all. It did go to the police. This is not a nice person. This is what he's done, etc. And everyone was like, I don't believe you. You haven't got any proof. You need to back it up. And then obviously when everything happened with EQ for the first time, it all come back out again. And then I was dragged into Miss Red's box, which she said that I had a safe space to talk. She said that she would support me, all the rest of it. But again, nothing went on then, and it was like he was just carried on. Now, we are trying to find the video. It's on the FYP somewhere, and I know many people saw it because many people tagged me into it, and they were stating, well, it was Ricksta making a video saying that he doesn't even know me. He said my last name wrong about 400 times, and they still can't get my last name right now. I don't understand how hard it is to say, but both of them have failed this week to say my name properly. But he made this video saying, I don't know who she is. She's just crazy. She's just a weird person I've never met before, which I'm about to show that that's all complete lies. So I met Ricky through Tinder, through a dating app. We didn't live too far away from each other. I'd never met him before at this point. I was like, 20, 21 when I first met him. I was in the need to have a job, I needed a job. And he was like, oh, I've got my own business. You should come in for an interview. And that's what I did, and ended up getting a job with Ricky. That relationship of a working relationship, sort of like friendship, then turned into more. He started getting a little bit controlling. He was saying that I couldn't do this, couldn't do that. He'd like stay at my house, and he'd make like references of, oh, what would you do if I took you to a field? And I can't even go into detail because I do not want to lose this account at all. But if you can imagine what you've heard from other women on this app to what he kind of said, it's horrific. And obviously everything that he's denied. And until this day, literally, it's took me all day to try, hi Chelsea, to try and work out where the fuck that I can find this evidence.
Hi, babe, just bring in the numbers, moral support.
Okay. I was thinking to myself, where the fuck can I find this evidence? Like, it's got to be somewhere, because I've got the video, I've got the picture of my eye, but nothing to back it up. So when Ricky did the damage to my eye, this was in December 2016. We went to an event, so RSB Legal hosted an event for a charity boxing night with Frank Bruno and Tim Witherspoon. Everyone had had a lot of drinks, we'd all got merry. And this is the bit that I've never gone into detail before because it's something that I couldn't back up. We'd all got a bit merry. Ricky was getting very, what can I say, jealous over me talking to the other boys and having a laugh, and it just got messy. And that's the night that it happened to my eye. So I've been on Google today. I've been looking for this photo because I knew that they were out there, but I just couldn't find where. Now let me show you. This is a guy that proclaims that he didn't know who I was. So when you watch that video where he sat in his kitchen saying, I have no idea who she is, I don't know where she's come from, she's deluded, she's this. So I'm going to show you a first photo first, and then we'll show you the bigger photo. So this is 2016, December 2016. There, I don't even care that I'm out in my horrible face here, but that's my eye there from December 2016. Let me just show you the bigger photo. That's my eye. You can see it says my eye is starting to look a bit better. That was 10 times worse, like when it was done. Now let me get the photo. Is it... Which one's... Right, ignore that. But underneath where the camera...
They are together and he doesn't know who she is the whole time.
There's me. And if you see, there's Ricksta in the back. There's me at the front.
Kelly, his cousin Luke, did he come on today and say that Ricksta was telling the truth and you were a liar? Yes, he did.
Yeah,
he came on and he backed up an abuser.
So the person that's in front of Ricky, that's Kevin Baker, that's the one that if you watch all the videos back, that's the one that I spoke to, the one that covered a lot of shit up. If you look over to the side, there's a guy with a white shirt on and a grey jacket. His name's Jason Powell. Now, the amount of abusive messages that I've got of Jason the last time that I tried to expose Ricky is next to nothing. Next to nothing.
I thought she couldn't produce one picture of them together, Luke the judge. They're invalidating abusers. Sorry, it's making me so mad.
And just so people say, oh, that could have been corrupt. Hang on, wait a minute. That's the original post on the photographer that you fucking hired to take all of these photos. And if you look, there's Tim Witherspoon and there's Frank Bruno. This is the Help the Heroes night. And if you look, there's the photo of us. So you can't crop a photo of a thing. If anyone wants to go and look at them photos, his name's Sean Keating. That's where I found these photos, because on Google I just typed in Tim Witherspoon, Frank Bruno, Help the Heroes charity event, and it come up with that picture. That's,
do you know what it is, KJ, is that and I've been in the same position as you, you know what I mean? I don't tend to store onto things from many, many, many years ago or any of those things, you know what I mean? And then these say, well, you can't prove it. And I'm so glad that you've actually went off and got it, but you shouldn't have had to do this in the first place when there's multiple shows invalidating you, calling you a liar and stuff, you know, it's disgusting.
Exactly. But he will sit there. So I don't know how they're going to backtrack on the fact of, oh, well, I don't know her. I've never met her before. She's deluded. I've also contacted, so I'm not with the same banking. I used to be with NatWest when I was younger. I've changed my banking, obviously, now. But I've gone out, I've rang the bank today. I'm going to pop to the bank tomorrow. Now, there is a way to get old statements back. They don't know how long the statements can go back for, so it's not promised. But tomorrow, if I can...
Say it's to do with a police investigation or something, maybe.
I'm going to get the bank statements to prove that I was a part of RSB Legal, that I got paid from them every single month.
So I just don't want people to not remember the lie that's been told here. So the crucial thing that you've all got to remember is they'll be backpedaling now, but remember, it was claimed that he'd never met this person, didn't know who they were, had no clue, nothing but a stalker, never met them before in his life, said the most about this woman. You had Luke the judge coming back up today. Can you see how dangerous these people's platforms are, everybody? The fact that because it was his cousin, he come on and invalidated this woman's real life abuse.
And anyone that says to me, oh, did you go to the police? Yes, I did. Plenty of times now. With the eye situation, that all went through the police. Now, his brother was at this event. His brother's called Joey Walker. Joey was going to prison anyway. And if you look at the time frame that you can search Joey's name into whatever, Google or anything, you'll find stuff on him, even Claire's Law. I won't go into what he did, but he was already going to prison, Joey. So when Joey was at this event and the incident to my eye happened and everything went on, Joey took the rap. Now, it doesn't matter how many times I kept saying, oh, it wasn't him. Oh, she was drunk. She didn't know who it was. Like, it was so played down. No, it was him, because I was talking to another boy. Like, this is a guy that got his mates to lock me into a hotel room and kept me there until I was until I was a good girl. This is a man that ruined, and I will sit here and hold my hands up and say that I'm a cunt. And I can be a cunt, and I've got an attitude problem. But I was, between 20 and 23 years of age. Like, this is when he was 36 when he was doing this to me. And I weren't the only woman. Just in fact, you know, the two women that are in that same photo also went through the same abuse. Now, I won't say their names, but the two other women, and then plus another one that didn't even want to go to the event. He claims to be, he's not, he's like 46, 47. If you look on, if you go onto RSB Legal, type that into Google, and someone got it up somewhere, I don't know where exactly will it be. But if you get that up, you will see.
Just type in Ricky Walker on Company's House Babes, and he's got two now. He's got one with the wrong date of birth of 87, and he's got one with 77 with RBS Legal, a holiday, vacation, let everything, babe.
And when I was there the day that RSB Legal got raided. I was there when they took all the computers. I was there when everyone got arrested. I was there when...
And your story's never changed, and I'm so sorry, by the way, because, it's took... But I honestly, I know it took a while, but, this is your time. It really is.
It's not something that I wanted to keep doing over and over again, but this is a guy that's like, oh, I don't know her. She's a stalker. She's done this. No. But he was born 1977. That's when he was born. He's like 46. I don't even know how long.
The 10th of August, 1977. I'm 37. He's 47. He's about to be 48 in August.
He was telling me, like, when we was together, like when we met on Tinder, he was telling me that he was only like 26, 27. And I always questioned it. I was like, he looks older than that. He can't be. And it's only the day that he got arrested in that.
Kelly, everyone used to say to me, he's old. And then I go, no. Because you're hook, line and sinker at the time, aren't you? She's like, no. Even his own cousin Luke, how his besties with Luke at the time, used to say he's not. Like, he said, if I'm this age, he said, he can't be that age. And I used to go, no, don't be so stupid, you know what I mean? Because what he does is, he invalidates you by going, such and such, to see me passport, and they actually haven't. They just go along with it, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, and it's not even like, if people don't want to believe us and the way that it goes, like, this guy mentally, not even physically, like, I will be honest, there wasn't that many times that he did lay a finger, like, and when he did, obviously he caused a lot of damage, but the biggest one was like mentally, like, and it just went on. For example, again, I'm trying not to lose my account here, but the biggest one was, if you want to be paid your wages, you need to come in the office and do something to me underneath the desk. Like, and he'd make me think that I ain't going to get paid unless I do that. So I don't even know what the word is. It's like...
Can't you get those other two girls? And if there's more of us than just me, I will go to the police, but I don't want to do it on my own because I get validated.
Like, the one that... He will know exactly who I'm on about, but the one that will not do anything is he used to own an office in Fuengirola in Spain as well. So RSB Legal worked through a company called Diamond Resorts, which is based in Spain. And he had an office in Redditch in Moon's Moat, and he had a office in Fuengirola. Now, one of the women's that then moved over to the office in thing, he started... When obviously I disappeared, he started a relationship with her. And then when he wasn't getting his own way, like, or I don't know the full ins and outs of exactly what happened to result in what did happen, but he sent someone, not himself, because Ricky won't get his hands dirty. It's not the way he works. That's why he hides in a bush and does all madness, because he won't do it himself. But he paid someone, and know exactly who he paid, to go and set this woman's house with her 11-year-old daughter in the house and her mum. She wasn't in Spain. She was still in England. He just knew that it was the only thing that was going to stop him. Like, he's not a nice character. Like, when people just think this is a TikTok thing, and that, like, when I spoke out last time, and it happened... at the same time as what I was getting accused of, he got someone ringing me up, and I know it's him, and again, I can't 100% prove it, but rang me off, and this is where he comes stuck. He'd rang me up on no caller ID, giving me abuse. And then about 20 minutes later, I had a phone call, and they said, we're from West Mercia Police. We need to come and see you. Can you confirm your address? And I was like, well, if you would ring in from the police, surely you'd know my address. It's not like the first time that police, not because I've done anything wrong, but it's not the first time police have been to see me about a situation. So I was thinking, no, they would know my address. But so I refused to give my address. I said, look, I'll ring the police station and verify who you are. And they were like, okay, that you can do that. And then within about 10 seconds, Ricky was back ringing my phone. And he was like, you're going to get arrested. You're going to get done for deformation of character. You're going to prison. I thought, I've never had a criminal record in my life. I doubt that I'm going to go to prison. Yeah, you're going to go to prison. You're never going to see your kids again. Now, you can't get done for defamation of character for something that's true. So I'll stand here and I'll say, and I know he'll be listening, Ricky, I'm not scared of you anymore. I was petrified to even come on yesterday and every other time, like, and I don't back down from anything, but I am not scared of you anymore. Go to the police.
The good auntie, the people around me, they've been good with you. So this is how she's got the confidence, thanks to everybody, you know, like Dr. Evils and whoever else, you know what I mean?
Because the thing that Ricky's got to do is prove that I'm lying. Now, he knows that I'm not lying, so he won't go to the police. Isn't it weird, like, what everybody thinks? He sits there and he says he's gone to the police about this or he's dealing with this, but he's never done it to me in the whole of 4 years. He's never actually gone to the police because he knows I'm telling the truth, and the police know that, and I know that. You can't get done for defamation of character for something that's true.
KJ, look at the people in the comments. We are so proud of you. So proud of you.
Do you see what he does though, Jodie? Because you've just experienced it firsthand, the way he wouldn't let Corey touch her. He invalidated everything to do with it. His own cousin came on in front of thousands of people and told everybody that Kelly was a liar and she'd been through abuse. Isn't that awful?
Well, originally it was going to be on my platform and I got threats as well. KJ.
Exactly. Look what he moves like.
Yeah, yeah. It's awful.
So why won't anybody talk on it? There's no FYP shows saying he's an abuser when there's multiple women now, and Marcus Ems as well, me, Kelly. Are we all lying? You know what I mean? He can't see his own baby girl daughter. Why is this? Like, we've heard him be abusive to Talia and nobody wants to say anything, but why? And it's his own cousin who's coming on and invalidating a woman. That's dangerous. And look what they just did to me. Look what they did to Zach. So they cannot be allowed to have this much power to be this dangerous, can they?
I'm going to address a comment as well. Like, it's only the one that says saying, didn't Kelly rip somebody off? If you was here at the start, you'd notice that I showed again.
Please don't muster the water, Kelly. Don't even answer, please, babes, because they'll screen record that part and that's what they'll focus on to invalidate you. Just stick to this, please. As Corey would say, stick to the facts of the case.
Okay.
Wouldn't you, Jodie? You'd be arguing with the comments and then that's all that gets screen recorded and not the facts.
Unfortunately, yeah, it is how the the app goes. Yeah. You've already said
It'll be him anyway, won't it? It'll be him writing things, because why would somebody relentlessly question you when everyone's on your side? It's him, so don't worry, just carry on.
Yeah, just keep moving forward. You've covered. If they weren't here, they weren't here. Just keep moving forward, babe.
I don't know what else I need to cover, but do you want me to just show the photos again for people that didn't see it? And then
I would, yeah.
So obviously this is the original guy. This what I'm showing now is the photographer. These are from that night that my injury to my eye happened. You can see, I'll show you the bigger photo in a minute. Ignore my face. I was very young and my makeup skills weren't on point then. But I'll show the photo. That's me at the front. That's Ricky behind the bald guy. Obviously, everyone knows what he looks like to confirm that. If you look at the billboard, even if you look at the billboard and zoom in, you will see where it says RSB. Like, this was a work night. Everyone that, apart from a few of them that are famous.
And he said RSB wasn't his, everyone. Look at Company's house. And he said
it was them two. So Ricky Walker and Kevin Baker. So the two that are standing next to each other. Kevin and Ricky, it was both of them. Ricky was the foreman, like the brains behind the system. So I don't think you can see the date, but obviously underneath all the comments, can you turn the comments? How do you turn the comments off for a second?
Go on your settings, I think.
it's December 2016.
It says December 2016. So if you keep that date in mind, my injury to my eye happened in December.
It's everyone, you can't deny this.
December 2016. I've blacked out the other photos because there's got some like children in them photos. But December 2016, there's the picture. There's the bigger picture. And that's towards the end of just things.
And for anyone confused, this is ricksta, the one that's with Talia, who's abused me. this lady here, multiple other women who've all come forward, and nobody is acting about it on this app. When if it was Deadro or anybody else, what are people afraid of when there's women who he's abusing still now? He abuses me every day. He's just been on a campaign to prove me an abuser for 3 months, you know, and he ended up with Miss Reg going along with it, Luke the Judge. They're all dangerous. Luke the Judge just come on today, everybody, and said this woman's lying. Can you believe it? To thousands of people.
And said that I had not one picture, nothing to back it up. It's amazing what the internet can give you when you need it.
Are you okay, KJ, with putting the black background on again? Because people in the comments are struggling to...
Oh, yeah, sorry.
I said I'd ask, but...
Oh, well done, girls, and everyone involved in helping her do all this. Because obviously, I even myself, I'm guilty of, because when I was with him, he called her a liar, and obviously because I was with him and under it, but it still makes you feel bad, you know, even though it's obviously... Because he convinces you, he's so, you know what he's like, he's so convincing. But how can nobody not be convinced on all of our stories? He went to Em's house and slept with her and lied and said he never, you know what I mean? I know it's nobody's business, but still, you know, he lies about everything all the time. So the fact that he says he's never hit any woman, he's never abused anyone, never done this, you've heard all these stories from everyone. When are the men on this app and the women who do FYP shows going to pick up on this instead of running shit that Miss Red and Lucas spouting? Stand on your own. You know, I don't know why. None of you. We've made thousands of pounds today because we spoke on them and the truth on them, and that's what people want on this app. Stop being groomed. Stop being held back by these Torians and Pagey groups or whatever else there is. You know, if you want to get paid for your opinion, have your fucking opinion. You're never going to get more than a couple of people because it'll land on the FYP as soon as you tell the truth about what they've done. How dare Luke, everybody stand there today and say that this woman's a liar just because ricksta told? He didn't know. He only met him for the first time at the boxing a couple of weeks ago, so how does he know to trust him to that degree to invalidate this woman? So everyone was calling this woman a liar. You know what I mean?
Well,
it's wrong, so...
It is wrong, and Delusive made a point of coming for me this morning because I said last night she's not judge and jury. Who is she?
Yes, she went on, she agreed, didn't she? She got ricksta in the box and said, no, I have to debunk this, it's all not true.
Yeah, and she went in for me this morning. She said, well, neither are you, you're not judge and jury either. Well, no, I'm not. However, I am a survivor, and if another man or woman has come to me and said they're gone through stuff, I am inclined to believe them and support them through it, and that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm not the weak one. I'm not the weak one.
What shows you're not weak, Jodie, is they have to threaten you to even silence you. It's somebody who needs to get to the degree of being threatened, you know what I mean? So never stop being you, and look at what it's achieved now.
I'm so proud of you, KJ.
Thanks. Don't be proud of me, though. I've been out in this...
Can everyone here follow this woman? 1.1 thousand people. You were good enough to call her a liar, and Luke the Judge is live earlier on. Now make your apologies and hold Luke the Judge accountable. Miss Red, Delusive Angie, and everyone that invalidated this lady's real life abuse.
And she was ready, Chelsea.
Imagine I did that and called KJay a liar. She come out with the... I would get terrorised.
Oh, yeah, you would.
So hold everyone else accountable. Have your fucking opinion. You know, you're sitting there going, no. Whatever Miss Red says and Luke says, and now you've just invalidated this real life woman. How do you all feel, men and women of this app?
She does deserve an apology, 100%.
It's the first time.
And all of the victims, all of Miss Red and Luke's victims are the people that they've lied on, to the degree of even saying Sophie Rose wasn't pregnant, and we know she had a baby, so she told thousands of people, and everyone called Sophie Rose a liar to the point she had to prove she was pregnant. They've done horrendous things to invalidate people, and they've run everything for a while because everyone's in fear, not me or anyone else that has spoke out against them relentlessly. But, you know, that's why she sat there the other day, everyone, and she said... I need everyone to defend me, otherwise I'm not going to play your clips or have you back on anything. But why? She's only doing a news show. She's letting you have your opinion, isn't she? But she's not. So, and then they're invalidating my abuse. She said I was lying several times as well, if you notice over the years. This is why I'm outraged, and people are like, wow, you're obsessed. I'm obsessed because of the things she's done with my real life abuse. They've just tried to call me a child abuser for 3 months, all of them. She called me a groomer. He played the clip, you know. It's like they've all engaged in all this stuff, and it's horrendous. And I'm not the only one saying it now. Look what she did to Zach. These people need to be to the degree of how you talk about me on this app and have debates about it and actually stand on business. You absolutely absolute bunch of freaks who won't do anything outside of misread and Luke because you're so scared. Don't be scared. You'll make a fucking fortune. You'll get more views because you've got your own opinion. You just ricochet in every single thing that misread's bouncing off the walls for you. You bunch of sheep. You're absolute embarrassment to the lot of you. Stand up for what's right. I've been called a paedophile for 3 months and had my life ruined, practically, and I've had to fight through it. An unstronger person would have been unalive. Misread and Luke are going to cause someone to kill themselves. Imagine KJay wasn't strong, and for the last time she's been invalidated again in front of thousands of people, and she went and offed herself. Honestly, these people are so dangerous. I only want people to stand alone. I don't want you to be my mate. I don't want you to say nice things about me. Fucking terrorise me if you want, but terrorise them to the same degree as what I'm demanding.
I think as well, to go with that, like again with some of the comments where they're saying, EQ, you're just using me. She's not. I'll put this into perspective. So this was spoken about a couple of years ago in Miss Red's life, which you can all go back onto the FYP and see for yourself. She had me in her box. There was thousands of people watching. I basically gave a more in-depth story of what happened between me and Ricky. I gave every possible scenario. I'd upset myself when I didn't need to be. For me to be told that we've got you, don't worry, we'll stand by you, we'll look after you, you don't need to be scared of him. If he ever turns up to your house, you call me and I will be there. This was all Miss Red that said this to me. Don't worry, we'll be there, etc., etc. Now, as people can see, and Talia's brought it up herself, I got accused of something that I didn't do, and at the start I showed the proof to that I didn't do it, and I'll make sure that someone makes a video to put all the proof in one so you can all just watch it and stop asking me the same question over and over again. But after that happened, this was after that I spoke to Miss Red in her live. Miss Red then hosted another box basically outing me as a witch hunt. Her, Pearl, DG, Ricky, and Miss Red allowed Ricky into the box to go at me, knowing what he had done to me because I'd used her platform to speak out about him. So even after that, she still allowed him. She still allowed him onto her platform to then go at me and say whatever he wanted to say the worst, and nothing of that was stopped. So
play the live at 8 p.m. KJay to remind everybody just after this live,
Can I just say, I watched the video of Talia and I've been live with Kelly for multiple times, and she has never once brought up ricksta in our lives, ever. At all.
Because Talia turned around again on the live that she did, and I think a lot of people...
And I have commented on it, and I've said basically she's fucking needs to shut her mouth, because not once when you're live with me have you ever brought anything like this up at all. We just go on live, have a laugh and have a joke. You've never ever brought ricksta up. So for Talia to say that you only go live to talk about him is bullshit.
Lissy, do you agree? As a friend, you two girls, do you agree that all these FYP hosts should be talking about this tomorrow and what they've done to people, Miss Red and Luke? Do you agree that should actually happen?
Yeah, I was just about to say Arc Agency was in the box there.
Yeah, Arc Agency was just in the box.
No, absolutely not.
No
I
way.
wouldn't bring them up.
Piss off. Abusers out of here.
What have they said? Hang on 2 seconds.
Don't ever respond to anybody here now. It'll get on the FYP. Don't let it invalidate what you've just done. It's brave and strong, and don't let them change the narrative.
It is.
Can I just say as well that, and I think this is speaking on behalf of Chelsea, I think I heard Chelsea say it earlier, I haven't been watching too much of it because even though this was like, I'm 32 now, this all happened to me between the age of 20 and 23. So 3 years of abuse I took off that man. And I haven't even told you the half of it. Like, I could go into some detail, some horrific detail, but I don't want to do that to myself. People work on receipts here. I can't back up what I'm saying. And unfortunately, that's what happens to people that are victims. People just expect them. Now, I just want to highlight this, that people that are in a DV situation will not normally have proof. They'll have proof of the bruises afterwards, they'll have proof of the injuries, but you wouldn't catch many DV survivors being able to get their phone out to sit there and find the proof for you lot to validate, to make sure that you're not lying. So I think when people say that, like, it needs to be listened to. But another thing that I want to say, I don't hate Talia in this situation. He's poisoned her. He has poisoned that girl's brain. I know because I lived through it. The sun shined out of his arse when I was around. He could do anything to me and I'd still bow down on my hands and knees. Yes, Ricky, no, Ricky, 3 bags were full, Ricky. She's only doing what I did once upon a time, so I can't hate her for that. But what people need to realise is that that woman is not safe. She's not. If she's with him, she's not. And I will help do whatever I can to help with that situation. But
And I just want to clarify to the person who just said in the comments, Miss Red ain't speaking on this. We don't want Miss Red or Luke. They've spoke on it. They've invalidated everyone. We want everybody else on this app to hold them. Because if I'd have done this, and I'd have done this over many years, and I'm going to play the footage tonight, it's years old. Miss Red literally nearly cried with this woman. Did she actually break into tears? Because I'm sure I seen like she was very emotional about it all. And now she sits there. So we don't want her fucking opinion. It's dead. She's gone. Fuck the witch, you know what I mean, on this app, because she's nobody to give an opinion on it now after all she's done. So we don't want to hear from Miss Red anymore. We don't want to hear from Luke the Judge. We want to hear from Chippy and from every single other FYP show host. And stand on your fucking business. Will, AJ, fucking Alicia, every one of you women that said you've been through domestic, speak on Luke and Miss Red. You gang of cunts, because I swear to God, the spotlight's on yous. Goodbye before I get banned.
How are you feeling?
me, I'm all right. I'm all right.
Good, I'm so
Now it's done.
You
I'm so
were,
proud of you. You've done amazing.
you were ready for it. Well done, babe.
I can breathe now.
You can. Take a big, deep breath.
But I'll make sure, I don't know whose page it will go on, but whoever wants the photos, that they can make a video just to...
Dr. Evil, they're in the Discord, so I'm sure they'll...
Yeah, and I don't know if you saw that I asked the Observer to come in.
Yeah.
I'm assuming, do you know who the Observer is?
No.
So she'll post a lot of live clips, not clipped down or anything, they're in full. And she puts them on YouTube.
There she is in the comments.
There's our gal. So yeah, if you're okay with it going on YouTube, the next time someone questions you on it, you can just go, excuse me, leave me alone, go to the Observer, is on her channel.
Yeah.
So as long as you're okay with that, KJ.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
I have to... Do you know all of the proof, obviously, to say that I didn't take any money off anyone and that I was actually out of pocket rather than in pocket?
Yeah.
I can send that. The only thing is, I probably wouldn't. I'm going to crop down. Do you know where I transferred the money? So the person's name isn't all over YouTube as well. I'll probably just try to crop out their last name or something.
Yeah, I'm sure Observer wouldn't mind doing that if she's...
Because, to be honest, they don't need shit. Like, we don't get on anymore because of this whole situation, and I wasn't backed, and everyone turned against me when I was the only one that could show any kind of proof.
Yeah.
But I still wouldn't want... They haven't done anything wrong to get any shit.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Can I just say, I don't know where my macchies, you know.
You are?
Candy Call in the comments saying I own my macchies.
I think I'm gonna jump off though, because I just want to just chill my brain, and Coventry are on in about 15 minutes, the football, so I want to go and watch that.
Yeah, we are very proud of you, and you know we're in the Discord, so you can message us, but at least you can come off now, drop your shoulders, keep your head up, take a nice big deep
I like
breath.
the way that she comes in just as...
Oh.
Yeah, I've just blocked and muted. Don't worry.
Yeah, so well done. Everyone in here supporting you, and
But yeah, I'm gonna go. I'll see you all later.
Big love, KJ. You've done amazing.
big love,
Thank
babe.
you. Bye.
Bye. Bye.